lot going for Florida Mayhem here as they go on the attack. Shanghai Dragons will go ahead and win that attack round. Zebasai firing from on high. Roshan back on the point right now. That's nice. Dia does get another one. There's one more, but Tavik says, no problem, man. I got the barrage. Gets a couple there, and Logic's with the cleanup.
All right, welcome back, everybody, from the break. It is halftime. Well, halftime is over, Hex, and now we move into the remaining two maps in this series between Shanghai and Florida Mayhem. Both of these teams are 0-3 in the league. It's been a bit of a rough start for them. There's a lot on the line today because you really don't want to be the first team to go 0-4.
No, you don't, and we may come across as a little harsh on Shanghai. It's just so frustrating for me personally. I've watched these guys play. I did 6 weeks of the Overwatch Premier Series, which is one of the China's best tournaments. And so watching these players who I know are so talented being unable to put it together and win maps is super frustrating. We are headed into Ilios. This is Undead's best map. We've seen Pine go absolutely off on McCree. It's a good McCree map. Undead, we started calling Deadeyes Undead Eyes because he gets himself in great position. He goes up the stairs. He generally knocks a Pharaoh Mercy out of the sky if they choose to run that. So this is a map where Undead could go absolutely off on McCree.
So neither of these teams have elected to go for the subs either, so it will be the same rosters that we'll be seeing here for Shanghai. I know I don't need to say neither because obviously Florida Mayhem only have the 6, but Shanghai Dragons, they are staying with the same 6-man roster here for the remaining, well, for this map at least. They can still change between maps, and so if it gets down to the wire, to the last map, they could still decide to bring Roshan into the mix if they want. But yeah, in general, these control points can get a bit more chaotic, right? You know, when you're going on assault or something, there's a lot of strategy involved, and perhaps the timing is going to be a bit more key. Here in control, here in control, it can be a bit more chaotic. It can get a little bit dicey, and so perhaps Shanghai, that is a way, you know, as you say, if this is Undead's turf, maybe it's his chance to shine, and we're going to see Shanghai be able to pull through here for a W.
It's a map type where your DPS can carry you to victory, and the best players on this Shanghai roster are their DPS players in Undead and Dia. Of course, we're going to start off on Ruins, which means we're going to see Widowmaker. Can Undead take down Logics in this fight? It all comes down to that early on, and actually, I'd like that Shanghai's not subbing out. Roshan has been a fine player, but Zushu's had a really good game so far on tank.
Yeah, as far as, you know, Shanghai, the positives there, Zushu, he has definitely shown us a different level today. He has been trying to peel, trying to make it happen. It seems like the communication just needs to get improved a little bit so that he gets a little bit more support from MG, from altering. And so we have to see, there's still time here for Shanghai, and well, you can see Undead. He is not really like what you'd call a patient, you know, Widowmaker. He really just kind of hunts for frags, for flicks, you know, tries to make it happen very quickly.
He's going for it. He had a sightline on that Mercy, unable to connect with a shot. He knows that the Widow is over there as well. He's trying to dodge shots as he tries to get some in right now. However, first real control going over to Mayhem early. Undead will fall. Logix takes 2 down quickly. Manitin will clean up the scraps. And it seems like first control of Ilios Ruins will go over to the Florida Mayhem.
At least Dia didn't die to Zebasai. that's a real feel-bad moment. If you're playing Tracer and you take an orb to the head from the Zenyatta that you're trying to gank and it doesn't work out, that's a sad, sad feeling if you're playing Tracer.
Tracer dies to everything. A soft whisper will kill a Tracer. That 150 HP goes very, very quickly. Tavik is now going to try to hit that stick. Unable to connect with that one, though, being very aggressive on this hold so far in Ilios.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think she's British. You know, they live off of banter. They should, I mean, you a little thicker skin there, Tracer, come on. But it is not the case right now. Tvig still trying to harass in the back line, trying to buy the time, and of course with recall he can get himself out of harm's way, no problem, and he is on the hunt. He's spotted Dia, already seen that he's trying to make his way around to the point. Zebasai in the meantime will be rezzing Manitin, and Dia wins the duel versus Logix, but thanks to the Valkyrie, Florida Mayhem still able to get their resurrects.
They forced out the Valkyrie, it brought up 2, and now they have their own Valkyrie bringing up their fallen heroes as well. Zushu and Dia now back in the mix. Shanghai with a small advantage right now. That's a bigger advantage, but the Pulse Bomb will mitigate most of that. Both tanks now out of the fight. Dia doing his best to hard carry here.
He is really doing the damage, you know, with those kills on Zupe, with pressuring the back line, more importantly, forcing Florida Mayhem to fall back, to give ground, allowing for Shanghai Dragons to start pushing out from their spawn, and at least having a fight here on the point, but it didn't go their way this time, and Florida Mayhem, 75% and counting. And so Shanghai, this is where, you know, those screws got to start to get a bit tight.
There's a lot of pressure on them because they've been using the Valkyrie later, and those are times where you need to get the kills to make the fight. Their timings are actually decent right now for Shanghai as they're doing better ult economy, but unable to secure the kills during that time frame. They lose too quickly in this beginning fight. And it seems like Florida's still going to hold on to control, and Shanghai might just drop this first stage.
There's a chance, exactly. If your field had to drop onto the point to try and buy a little bit of time, you have to contend, but the overtime wick is a burning, and it is running out. Be sure to tap it, and there it is, the reset. Zushu dropping back, and it looks like finally Shanghai Dragons, thanks to Undead, thanks to NG, they are going to be able to win a fight here and start getting some percentage.
Very good for them, as Freefield did give up his life, got resurrected on the point. They're able to take control of that, cannot lose a single fight from here on out. It is going to be down to those Valkyries in the next fight, as Altering has his online, Zebo getting close to it, and Shanghai needs to take advantage of their ultimate timings.
Oh, the attempt, and there it is, success! Zupe blown to bits to spare parts. And already Manhattan gonna get clipped out of the sky as well. Dia having an impact, looking for the follow-up kill on Zupe. Zupe not having a good time when Trace is riding him like this.
We mentioned that if Shanghai was going to win this series, it's going to be on the very capable back of Dia. He is an all-star, a great DPS player, and right now he put his backpack on and he's trying to bring Ilios back for the Shanghai Dragons.
In Dia's life, every day is leg day. Inside right now, that's what it's all about, but he is ready. He is prepared, and he does have Undead hitting some shots as well. Dia, once again, there to pounce, looking for a target, just making sure that Florida Mayhem can't get too comfortable. They have to worry about him going for the flank on the squishies.
Very sneaky. They should know he is here right now. Should know that he is behind. A Valkyrie is popped preemptively by Zebo's side, so Altering will end up popping his later. This is a good ultimate situation for the Shanghai Dragons. It's time to pop their own Valk to bring Undead back to life. They need to bring MG back as well.
And in the meantime, where is Dia? What is going on? He will be able to get onto the point and challenge, but he has not been able to stop his teammates from getting picked off by the enemy Widowmaker. He is still alive and trying to build that ult charge, but it is taking so long, and thanks to the Valk, thanks to the heals really coming in from Zebasai, he is not able to get a kill. It will be Tavik on cleanup duty, showing that he's quite capable on Tracer as well. And this might be the turning point. The point caps for Florida Mayhem, and the overtime wick is done. First round goes for Florida Mayhem.
Yet again, they had the Valkyrie advantage, unable to capitalize on it for Shanghai. They are so close to winning some of these stages, some of these fights. If you're Shanghai and you're in the situation where you're 0-3, it's time to start building on small positives. One pick, one fight, one stage, one map. You can't look at the big picture right now. You have to micromanage yourself and start building on these positives. They were close to turning that around.
It wasn't far off. And that's where you can see the potential here. That if they can just get a little bit better on the comms, if they can just start coordinating a bit better and playing off of Dia, creating this space, creating this opportunity, we may see the turnaround that we all want for Shanghai. But right now, Florida, they're just too, well, they're on point. That's what's the real key here. Shanghai need to figure out a way to get them off of it.
As good as Dia was playing, Tavik matched him step for step there, especially towards the end on that Tracer.
You got to give it to Logix too.
Yeah.
Really winning out on that Widow duel, which is so key.
Oddly enough, Logix's best heroes have been his 76 and his McCree. He's known as a Tracer main. He's been totally fine on it, but when he really stands out, it's on those other heroes. Early in this fight, both Winstons out of it already.
And the pressure getting forward on Undead has managed to take out Swoosh, so one of the tanks has been floored for Florida Mayhem. At that point is getting capped over here for Florida Mayhem. Shanghai, there it is. We will have Zushu launching himself onto the point, trying to create a bit of an opportunity here for his roster to get in here and challenge this, not let Florida have it for free. Logix, a bit squishy, can't really get into the fight. Point blank, at least, just pecking away at these guys right now with the Peacekeeper. He is staying alive, though, and so long as he is alive, he is a real threat.
Losing Dia hurts them a lot. It means there's only one angle of attack, and it lets Logix just sit back and keep popping through those doorways. It's gone over now. Control in Florida Mayhem. They will clean up the rest of it. Logix. He's got a very, very good McCree.
Just not willing to give them the choice.
See if we see any changes here, but with Shanghai nearing the ultimates, I think they're going to run this same roster. Undead did good early in that fight, was able to take down Tavik. That's why you run a McCree to completely shut down the opponent's Tracer. That's a nice early pick. That is going to get resurrected, but that means they want a resurrection of Logix. creeps around the corner and takes down Dia.
And he's still doing tremendous damage. There is the Deadeye altering. He's gone. You pointed it out earlier. Transcendence, it is a powerful heal, but it will not deal with the brute force of the Deadeye. Too much damage dealt too quickly. And so Logic's reigns supreme on this map for now.
Zebosai did use his Valkyrie there, which means Shanghai will have the Valkyrie in their pocket. It should be a fight that they win going forward because you have the man advantage if you can keep up on that, but it's going to be Logic's trying to shut down that Valkyrie in the sky.
Keeping eyes for the pick, keeping eyes on it here. We already have one of the Valves getting used. Altering not wasting any time, trying to keep his teammates in this fight. Free Feel and Undead have already fallen, however, and so it's not looking too promising. Undead will get brought back to life, however.
This is never the situation you really want a Valkyrie into. You lose 2, you bring 2 up, you've used your ultimate, and now you're only fighting at even here, but you have to use it. Altering takes matters into his own hands, able to take down Logix himself. Still, though, no pressure on the point from Shanghai.
Very quick play there from Tvik to dodge that self-destruct. You gotta admire that, the quick reactions when he realized the recall wasn't gonna keep him alive. And Tvik on the hunt, he knows, but he will get punished. There it is, Undead with the shutdown. Not letting Tvik have his way, and here is a chance, an opportunity for Shanghai Dragons to get this point capped for themselves.
This is a fight they need to win. They got every pick they were looking for to start that one off. The self-destruct will come out on the side just to get a new mech for Bannerton. Dia does punish Zupe. They're getting a little bit of kills back and forth, but Sebo has earned another Valkyrie in this fight. Altering still 20% away. They need to stall it out enough for him to get back into this point.
Yeah, MG not going to be long for this world. Unfortunately for him, he gets snuffed, and the point just ticks right back over for Florida Mayhem. The wick is burning. They're at 99%, and Florida Mayhem will be winning this series 3-0 for the Florida Mayhem over Shanghai Dragons. And while there will be the 4th map, there is the hybrid map. That map matters due to tiebreakers at the end of the season. But it is the team who wins the most maps in an engagement, in a match, that will take the win. And so Florida Mayhem, it looks like they were able to keep it together today. Not looking too excited there. I don't know. You'd think they're a bit backslapping. Hey, we got a W. No, yeah, no. High five? No, not interested.
Shanghai still looking for any positives to build off of going forward. They will have another map to get a 1 on the board at least, and that's what you have to do in this situation. Start building off of the positives.
Exactly right.
The Overwatch